Hello, YouTube. So lately I have been thinking a lot about Tessa Violet's comment that you should do things that are good for you, good for others, and good for the world. And I've been thinking in particular about how that sort of applies to self-care and my current self-care approach. So not only is my decision to focus on self-care for 2017 in my videos and on my blog a perpetuation of this idea, because I am doing it first for me, second for others who I think might benefit from my insight, and third for the world as a whole, for anyone that these videos and my blog reaches. But also in the actual self-care practices themselves, I have found that to be a thing that I am implementing. And it was kind of on accident, doing things that were good for me and good for others and good for the world. I had just really wanted to try Lush's products, and I wasn't thinking about the fact that they, are sort of leading the charge for fighting animal testing, and they are trying to actively reduce or effectively use whatever waste they generate, and that's why a lot of their stuff doesn't have packaging and things like that, and that's really cool and interesting to me. And then I was using their products and I thought about it and I felt great. Like, sometimes when you talk about self-care, or you're thinking about self-care, or you're actually doing self-care, there's a level of guilt associated with it that comes from being selfish, or from what people think is being selfish. Taking care of yourself is incredibly important, but spending the time exclusively on yourself in the way that our society and our culture is wired is kind of seen as a negative thing, and it shouldn't be, but it is. And funnily enough, when you are making a choice that works for not only you, but also for the environment or the world or others, you don't feel that way. I think that's why people like, volunteering or donating to causes that are important to them. And I think that the same can be said of self-care. It is a nice thing to sit there and create something for someone you care about, or for a cause that you care about. It is nice to use things designed to make you feel good, like face masks or hair products or what have you, and know that they didn't make the world worse. And that's really encouraging. And lately, my plastic wide tooth comb that I've been using for ages broke, and it broke in such a way that I really couldn't keep using it. So I thought to myself, this is an item that I use every day. Maybe I should do some research before I just get a new plastic comb and pick something that's better for my hair and for the environment, and maybe isn't made out of plastic. And I found one made out of wood that, it's decorative and it's beautiful. It's got this beautiful flower edge to it, and it's a little bit smaller than my old wide tooth comb, but it still works just as well. And I love it, and I love using it, and I love knowing that my choice to have this comb means I'm not actively contributing to more plastic being in the world. I'm actually less plastic, because swapped. And that feels really nice. So today's self-care tip is more of a challenge. And the challenge is to do something good for you, good for others, and good for the world. And I hope that you do. I hope that you volunteer or give your time and talent to somewhere. I hope that you spend some time with loved ones, or whatever doing good for you, for others, and for the world means. And until next time, read more books, play more games, take care of yourselves, and don't forget to be awesome. Bye, YouTube.